Remember the story about the creature outside the house in the Appalachian Mountains? A lot of you guys asked about them. Locals call them the feral people of Appalachia. Welcome back, gang. It's your favorite creator, Cube of Lore to be exact. So if you don't have time to watch this video, just save. If you're new here, just follow and just come back later, gang. Y'all know I hate long intros. So do y'all. So let's just get right into the story. So what I'm about to tell y'all, people who grew up in the Appalachian Mountains don't really like talking about this at all. The people that grew up in the mountain will always tell you mountains always have strange rules. Not just about the cryptids, but about the people that live deep in the woods. And according to the locals, they've been there longer than anybody else remembers. Long before the highways, long before small mountain towns. Some families even say they've been in those mountains since before America was a country. Living in caves, old mining tunnels, deep section of the forest where no one goes anymore. Not to mention, they have a way of communicating with the animals that are actually in the mountains. That's crazy. I mean, is it really that crazy? Because they don't even speak English, so it's really not that crazy. If you ask any of the locals about them, they usually just say they're out there, but leave them alone. They're going to be very short and dry. Not going to really say too much about them. So this story tonight is about a man named Caleb Turner to be exact. Shout out to the Turners of Eastern Kentucky, right in the heart of Appalachia. His grandparents owned land that backed up directly into thick forest mountains. When Caleb was a kid, his grandfather used to tell him one rule. If you ever seen anyone in the woods and they don't look right, you go back inside. You don't talk to them, you don't follow them, and you don't let them know that you saw them. Caleb just thought it was mountain superstition until he was about 23. He came back home for the fall to visit his grandparents. One night he stepped outside to have a smoke just near the tree line, not even too far from the house. And that's when he heard something moving through the woods. Not like an animal, like multiple steps, like footsteps. Slow, careful, almost like someone not trying to be heard. You know, like a little tippy toe. All of us definitely did it, especially when we were younger. We were trying to sneak in the kitchen or something while our parents would sleep and trying to get a snack. Yeah, I remember that. Good time. Kids nowadays just go eat the snacks and they don't care. At least we would sneak. They're not gonna even ask permission and they don't care to be caught. So Caleb shined his flashlight into the trees to try to see, what's going on. At first, he didn't see anything. Then he noticed something that made his stomach drop. And two eyes were reflecting back at him from the forest. Then another pair. What the hell? 3 figures slowly stepped out from the trees. But something about them didn't look normal at all. Clothes was torn and filthy, almost like they'd been wearing the same thing for years. Their hair was long and matted. The way they moved was even strange. Low to the ground, almost like they weren't used to standing upright for long periods of time. One of them even tilted its head while it was staring at Caleb. And that's when he noticed something. None of them were speaking. They were making these low clicking sounds to each other, like some form of communication. So Caleb just slowly started backing up towards, the front door in his house. He remembered what his grandfather told him. Don't engage, don't stare, and don't let them know you're afraid. The moment he reached the porch light, gang, the 3 figures stepped back into the trees. Like, why were y'all here anyway? Just bothering people. I call that bullying. And they just disappeared. There was actually no reasoning for them to be there. Next morning, Caleb told his grandfather what happened. His grandfather didn't even ask too many questions. He just nodded slowly and said, they've been living out there longer than we have. The mountains belong to them just as much as it belongs to us. Caleb said he still thinks about that quote to this day. Some locals say the feral people are just isolated families who choose to live off the grid generations and generations ago, but that don't even make sense to me. If that was true, why would they want to be living off the grid so long? They can't speak our language, which English been around for so long. They want to borrow a cup of sugar, get a cow, get some milk, start farming some chicken. What? They don't want none of that? Nah, that's not true. Because that's not true. We weren't even taught agriculture. Nah. And other people in the mountains, well, they said the feral people are something else completely. Like entirely a different entity that they're not even human. Basically, they said it's just something that adapted to living in the wilderness hundreds of thousands of years ago. And if that's true, no one really knows how many of them might be still living out there in those deep forests in those mountains, watching the towns from the tree line. It's very easy for them. And I heard besides their stench and their smell, if they don't want to be noticed, you're not gonna notice them. I heard they have incredible speed, stamina, endurance, as well as amazing eyesight. You can see from very far. They got like human binoculars built into their eyes. And if you think this story was strange, wait till y'all hear about what the Appalachian people say about the voices in the woods that mimic humans. They can mimic me, you, your grandma, your daddy, anybody, but perfectly to a T. That story might actually be worse. I'm Cube of Lore. This is Forbidden Lore Season 2, Appalachia. And if you like content like this, you want to stay on this side of the algorithm, don't forget to engage with the bottom. Repost, save, comment, like, of course. And gang, if you new here, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my support. I wouldn't even be doing this without y'all. Who posts videos for themselves? Those are weird people. Yeah, friend, you new here, but you did you forget to press follow? Yeah, go ahead and follow me. I know you forgot. It's all right. It's all right. It's cool. And don't forget, if you're viewing this from the YouTube, make sure you sub up. Cube of Lore with all my supernatural, cryptic, creepy content will be up there. And then Cube Oxley page. More mukbang, more fun vibe. I go live daily on there. Yeah, you guys will like it over there too. So sub up to both of those channels and Twitch. Cube Oxley. It's right here, my name, my bio, it's all over my page. I love you guys, I appreciate you. And as always, it's only for entertainment purposes. It's all allegedly hypothetically speaking. I don't want no problems, gang. I'll catch y'all in the next video.